Good evening, Rescue enjoyers. Hope you're doing alright, 'cause it's time for a proper review. Last week we discussed the July 24, 2025 Rustore, and today we're here to talk about the last Rustore for July 2025, that being July 31. So sit back and relax. I'm going to start yapping. Now, just to quickly point out, it's a little bit wrong in Skinlytics. Anyway, what was my initial reaction when I first saw this Rustore? Lo and behold, another Xenotype skin is accepted. Who'd have guessed? But yeah, okay. It's looking pretty solid now. I do believe this was the fourth skin to be accepted. Looking pretty sweet. No complaints. How far will we go? That was the only question that we were thinking about. It wasn't too far away. Eventually we will have Halloween. And it did look like Xenotype was going to eventually roll into, going through that time period. Was this going to continue in November time? Regardless, the more the merrier, and the skins were working out very, very nicely. But with this right here, is it going to instantly go up in price anytime soon? Well, it wasn't really looking like that was going to happen, but we'll talk about that in a bit, don't you worry. Oh, look at that. Immediately we get Island Assault Tier 2. Well then. I honestly thought, with the previous week's skins, of course I'm talking about the hoodie and pants, I thought they were doomed. I legit thought that they were going to be absolutely looking horrible considering the amount of sales they had in comparison to Tier 3 and of course the boots and the gloves and whatnot. But because we got the Tier 2, the very next Rustore, it was like a get out of free jail card for the clothing. Just somehow manages to survive simply because Facepunch randomly decided to instantly accept the next pieces. So, okay, cool. So technically speaking now, we have a full collection. We have all the core pieces. We have Tier 3. We have Tier 2, we have hoodie and pants, and of course we also have boots and gloves. Looking very good for the Island Assault collection. Now when these appeared, oh yes. Tier 3, boots and gloves, and the hoodie and pants, they spiked in demand and spiked in price very nicely. But would it last? Well, we'll talk about that, won't we? Another Salvaged Icepick skin is accepted. So which number are you? I do believe, yep, you're number 4. So we had seen, in the first ever instance of a focused item of the month, 4 skins being accepted in a row concurrently. So, okay, that's looking pretty sweet. That's looking pretty cool. But I'm actually going to work out quite all right. $2. Ice Eye collection. I should quickly remind you, ever since the Ice Eye collection came out, it hasn't been it hasn't held up very nicely. It was never in demand, which is quite unfortunate because I honestly think it looks pretty cool. I was worried about this. However, with it being the 4th one to be accepted in a row, perhaps that might be a bit of an advantage for it, because, well, maybe it might not sell that much. We'll talk more about that in a bit, don't you worry. Senor Tomato returns with a garage door. Bit goofy, but doesn't glow in the dark, and it's another garage door, so that might be a bit of a concern. Modern Military Thompson, perfectly fine looking design. Thompsons aren't always reliable investments anymore, though. We've had quite a lot of them being accepted over time, and, well, not too many of them were doing very good, so I was fully well aware that, yeah, that's going to very likely be a barter situation. Now, another pair of boots were accepted. Perfectly fine. But in this particular instance, this pair of boots did not actually fully finish the collection. Because with the porcelain collection, we have Tier 2, we have Tier 3, we had the gloves, we finally got the boots, but we still don't have hoodie and pants. So, I'm not sure what to think about that. This is a different sort of situation. It's just better off to just wait it out, see how things would turn out. Dragon Totem AK-47. You're a perfectly fine looking skin. But at this very particular instance, I'm going to go back in the past and just quickly remind myself. When this came out, it just so happened to be a homebrew event. So we got a lot of Twitch drops. We got Moon's AK-47, Vincent SMG's AK-47, Vebe, they're very nice, lovely pink and white design, Raven Rusts, and Spices. All of these were five brand new Twitch drop AK-47s that are being given away for absolutely free. This was selling for $3 in the Rustore. And I don't want to sound mean, it did look cool, but I don't think it could stand up and be as interesting compared to the other skins. All those other skins had transparent aim sights, very bright colours and whatnot. This does look cool, but I could just see the writing on the wall. I knew that was going to go down and it was going to get cheap. So $3 doesn't matter. I've seen it happen before. I know it's going to lose interest pretty quickly. So, yeah, I instantly knew how that was going to turn out. And then a Deep Ruby Rotan gloves. So a bit of a random acceptance because in the past, we've had a few skins being accepted for Deep Ruby every now and then. We got the tier 2. We got the hoodie and pants. We never got the tier 3. So, okay, cool. Nice to see the acceptance. Where's the boots? Where's the boots? Oh, okay, I don't know. But initially when I was looking at it, I could tell it wasn't going to sell that much. I thought, okay, maybe that might be pretty interesting for it. Okay, well, we'll see, we'll see. Anyway, let's now talk about, as I looked at all the skins, what potentially was going to be the best investment for the week. So, specifically, talking in regards to, like, what I assume what, like, everybody was going to be chasing after and desiring and craving, I had to mention the tier 2. I had to. So, basically, after seeing the hoodie and pants sell an absolutely ridiculous amount, I was a bit hesitant that maybe it might sell a little bit too much. And with it being abnormal, I'll always say, well, wait it out, be patient. Let's wait till next Wednesday, look at the sales, and then we'll make a consideration. That's fairly normal. So, if I could just quickly hop out of here and showcase to you the video back then. So, you can see me actually doing a nice quick little showcase at the very beginning of the video, pointing out that perhaps people will appreciate Island Assault as like monument camouflage. As you'll see, I'll move out here. It doesn't reflect, it's nice and grey, and you can hide yourself pretty easily in practically every single monument. So that was definitely a big discussion. And that, of course, definitely led to a lot of people buying out the tier 2. I could see it as I'm looking at it on the day. There you go. Tier 2, 7,000 plus subscribers for the kilt. Very close and similar numbers with the other tier 2 pieces. Well, clearly there's interest. Clearly, with all the prices going up, a lot of people really do like Island Assault Collection. But with this now being the final core piece, the only other thing that we could see to come out and give this a boost would probably be like a jacket. Would that happen? Well, we were talking to the skin creator a lot, and he was definitely saying, well, you know what? I intend to do a backpack. I intend to do a jacket. He was also curious and considering making some more skins, but he wanted to hear everybody out. Tier 2, the sales were pretty high, but maybe it'd be quite alright. Hoodie and pants did sell a lot, but if the sales matched up with the hoodie and pants, or hopefully the tier 3, yeah, it wouldn't be too much of a problem. We'll talk more about that in a bit, don't you worry. So, okay, yeah, that was looking pretty cool. But what about all the other skins? Well, of course, I mentioned the Xenotype components, the 4th skin to be accepted, perfectly fine. As I said, worst case scenario, around October time, as we go through the Autumn 4 seasonal dip, it might stagnate, it might struggle for a bit. But it's that post-Christmas time period, just after Christmas, as we roll into the first week of January 2026, I thought, and I still think, that all the skins in the Xenotype collection will have its first proper rise in price. We'll talk more about that in a bit. So looking at all the other skins, I definitely would have mentioned that I wouldn't be 100% sure of all the other skins here. But just reminding myself, I did talk about Deep Ruby Roadside Gloves. I could see they're selling hardly anything. And one of the interesting things with the Deep Ruby Clothing Armor is that it hasn't sold that much. And that means, well, that leads to not that many listings on the Steam market, so it can't get dumped. So the skins, they actually kind of worked out quite alright. More specifically, the Clothing Armor. So the tier 2 that came out didn't really sell that much, like 9,000 subscribers. Hoodie and Pants came out, only 7,500 subscribers each, and they've been comfortably in the positive ever since they came out. I was looking at the gloves, I was given a rough estimate, and I thought it could probably do similar sales to the Hoodie and Pants. Maybe that might work out for it. We'll talk more about that in a bit. Porcelain boots, yep, I definitely would have mentioned them, but I would have definitely been hesitant. They were not abnormal. They also weren't fully going to, they weren't going to fully complete the collection. We were asking the skin creator, hey, do you intend to make more? Because technically speaking, perhaps right now would be a great time to make another attempt for the Hoodie and Pants. I was considering it, but we needed more like of a solid answer. And in regards to the remaining skins, I thought Senior Tomato looked a bit goofy. Perhaps it might do okay, but it was definitely going to be a Barda situation. Thompson also looked quite alright, but again, after seeing what recent Thompsons have done in terms of performance, another Barda situation. And then, of course, Salvaged Icepick. Hopefully it wouldn't sell that much, but still I was very skeptical. And then the AK, sorry, but I could just easily see that wasn't going to work out very nicely. So alright then, cool. That was the predictions. What about the first 24 hours of sales? So let's hop back over to here, and of course, let's get a good look at that. Cenotop components on top with just over 20,000 subscribers. This was to be expected. In the past, when we've seen storage collections, they do sell quite nicely. Are we going to slowly see the Cenotop large boxes comfortably sell above 40,000 from now on? Typically, after the first day of sales, roughly you tend to see double the amount of sales after 7 days. So we'll keep an eye on you, Cenotop components. Oh no. Oh no, Island Assault Tier 2. Well, it clearly was selling a lot more compared to the hoodie pants from the previous week, and that was definitely concerning, especially when you take this into consideration. The tier 2 sales here on the first day were very close to the tier 3, the boots and the road sign glove skin sales, and they had a whole 7 days. So, oh no, signs are, yeah, that's looking like it's going to be the highest selling skins out of the whole set. But it was still very in demand. Prices kept on climbing after the first day. Maybe it could still work out quite right. Salvaged Icepick not too far off with 8,200 subscribers. Not far off, it's about halfway. Yeah, I'm joking. But anyway, all the other skins, they just didn't have that much interest. So, okay, fair enough. How did we approach everything with the abnormal barders? Well, we quickly switch back over to here, and let's just remind you. So, unfortunately, during this period of time, SCMM wasn't working. A brand new website appeared called Skinlytics, which I just showed you a second ago. Now, you probably can't see it very well, but I'll quickly explain. The Cenotop components, selling at $2.49, that had just under 40,000 subscribers with 38,500 subscribers. The Island Assault Tier 2, the kilt had just over 35,000 subscribers, and the other Tier 2 pieces had just over 33,000 subscribers. The Salvaged Icepick, selling at the standard price of $2, just over 17,000 subscribers. The Senior Tomato Garage Door, almost 14,600 subscribers. The Modern Military Thompson, 10,400 subscribers. Porcelain Boots, 8,900 subscribers. The Dragon Totem AK-47, 8,900 as well. And of course, Deep Ruby Roadside Gloves, 7,900 subscribers. Okay, well, only a few of these skins have absolutely ridiculous sales. Maybe the other things could work out quite alright. Surprise suggestions. What did I suggest? The Cenotop components, I've said this for all the other Cenotop large boxes, $1.70 to $2.20. Maybe you could try and pick them up for a much cheaper price. $1.70 might be alright. But realistically, at worst, these skins were probably only going to end up at their rush store price. Around the autumn-fall seasonal dip, I was expecting that. Stagnating at around $3. So the $2.20 barter, very likely you'll pick up a bunch of these. With the Island Assault Team kilt, and remember this, kilts are usually the most in-demand and most expensive pieces for a full clothing armor set because it's the only leg armor we have. So that's selling at $1.49. I looked at it, I questioned it, and I thought, you know what? The demand this collection has. I was hoping and expecting to see a lovely bit of positivity, so I suggested 80 cents to $1.20. With the Island Assault Team vest and coffee can, I wasn't expecting them to do as good, so I suggested 70 cents to $1 each. I was fully well aware that the sales were high, the subscriber counts were high, the highest compared to the rest of the set. But I actually looked at that kilt, made considerations, and I did buy 200 of them from the rush store. But I definitely said on here, and I've had some people talk to me about this, I definitely said, I know it's a risk, but I'm going to take it. I get the feeling that very likely will have a nice rebound and work out quite nicely around January time. I will just endure the autumn-fall seasonal dip. But a lot of people just said, oh, okay, if Hedge is doing it, I'm going to do it too. Don't do that. Think for yourself as well. Consider your own budget. Don't go all in one skin. Because unfortunately, one person did do that. So, okay, cool. And then Salvaged Icepick. I suggested 80 cents to $1.10. I didn't really see it holding up super great. I could still see it dropping off in price. With the Dragon Totem AK-47, with it selling at $3, but at the same time, all those Twitch drops being available, 60 cents, 20 cents. I said that at the very beginning, didn't I? And, of course, the Deep Ruby Roadside Gloves. With them selling at $1.49, they didn't sell that much. I thought they reasonably matched up to the hoodie and pants quite nicely. I thought offering between 80 cents to $1.10 would probably be quite alright. And for the regular skins, the skins that weren't abnormal, Senor Tomato Garage Door. With you selling at $2, I suggested 70 cents to $1. With the Modern Military Thompson, I thought, okay, if you're selling at $2, I'll offer $1 to $1.50. And with the Porcelain Boots, I thought about it. Skin Creator kind of hinted that we might see a new continuation, or rather another attempt at the hoodie and pants. So I was like, oh, okay, then that sounds pretty interesting. So I suggested 75 cents to 85 cents, considering that only had about 9,000 subscribers. Not that much. So, okay. Well, that was all the suggestions. What was the outcome? So let's now hop out of here. I'll ask you right now, did you buy anything from this Rust store? Feel free to comment below. As I already said, I did buy 200 of those kilts. We'll talk more about that in a bit. First of all, let's talk about the Xenotype components. So I'm pretty sure I might have mentioned this already, but quite a lot of the Xenotype skins around this time period, I do believe it happened a few days after this had been removed from the Rust store, when we got the ore. We started to see all of these skins right here getting bought out. And this components box, I remember this. This at one point was actually selling for $8. So I do believe we can see that time period. I think it was around the middle of August. Let's just quickly remind ourselves. Let's just go down over here. Do you see that? See that rise in price right there? Oh, it's there. Sorry. So I'll talk more about that in a bit. Don't you worry. But yeah, halfway through August, just about 2 weeks after we saw this in the Rust store, this did push up to almost $8 at one point. But then after that, it trended downwards and it dropped off pretty hard. It's this period of time where we saw the Complete the Sets Rust store and we didn't see a Xenotype skin and people panicked. But of course, when we saw, the next skin being accepted, the clothing box, then it returned to normal. So this has already had quite a lot of ups and downs. And now it's kind of stagnating. We're currently getting closer and closer to October time. After this, I don't think it's going to drop off that much more. But this definitely kind of showcases to you summer and then autumn. We have some quite nice highs and then it drops off. But this is also a brand new skin. Next year, I wouldn't be surprised if you see something a lot more solid. But I do wonder, how high could this go as time goes on from here and now? As you can see, just about comfortably above $3. That's fine. It's solid. I'm not seeing any issues. I have no problem with that. And I suggested $1.70 to $2.20. Did you actually pick up any of your barter? I think some people did. I do remember some people with a faster barter mentioning that they've picked up some. So congratulations to you. But yeah, it's just perfectly solid. But then after this, we will start to see some problems with other Xenotype skins. That did do over 40,000 subscribers. And the next few also do over 40,000 subscribers. Overall, Xenotype's doing quite alright. We don't have any issues. But we do have to endure the Halloween period. And we'll see. Will it continue after in November? Most likely, will it finish in November? How will it look as we go through the rest of the year and reach post-Christmas time, January time? We'll see. Island Assault Tier 2. Here we go. Oh. So I would love to see your comments, your lovely words. Who else jumped in regards to the Island Assault Tier 2? It was a big risk, but never would I have imagined that this collection would drop off so hard so quickly after this appeared. We got the backpack pretty quickly, didn't we? But when this appeared, all the skins just started going down. Down, 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 down. It was so surprising. Like, if I could just quickly show you the chest plate. You can see it had a very nice high point around the end of July. See that? Look at that. Wonderful. What happened? Is that it? Everybody was super hyped up for Island Assault. People were calling it grey out and everything. There you go. Did a bubble burst? Did people actually care for it? Cool, that would have surprised me. I don't know what to think at this current point. You can offer your own opinions if you want to, but I am still standing with the belief that things will recover as time goes on. Now you might sit there and say, Hedge, you're coping. By all means, you can say that, comment below. Right now, I will say it's more of a hope. I have seen quite a lot of skins drop off pretty badly initially as they go through their first autumn fall seasonal dip, and then I do see them work out quite nicely as we roll through post-Christmas. The best time to sell your skins, because we most likely 100% will see the highest player count we've seen in quite a long time. And based on how things are lining up at the moment, yeah, we're having a drop-off with September. I'm not sure if October is going to be that much different, but we are seeing the interesting balancing update. Changes to workbenches, different loot in the monuments. Perhaps that might entice some people to jump in. Maybe we can have a nice peak player count and whatnot. I'm keeping track of things because I'm very much under the impression we're seeing a nice emulation, a repeat of last year. Strong October time, which led to a very nice November time, which of course wonderful December time with over 100,000 average people playing, and then of course peak player count January 2025. We don't have a huge update for October, I guess you could say, but we do have the naval update for November 2025. And that is going to be a really, really, really big update that a lot of people are very, very curious and they're just itching to jump in and pretend to be pirates. So, I am still anticipating things will work out for Tier 2. But I am sitting here currently with about 300 of these now, the kilts. But I've endured worse before. I see the light. I do hope that things do work out for it. But are you in the same position as I am? You bought a bunch of these with your buy orders. Because I did say 80 cents to $1.20. As you'll see here, it's now down to 90-ish cents. The buy orders here, they're kind of stopping it from dramatically going down. We do have quite a bit of a build-up in regards to the listings, but I've got to be honest with you, it's not that bad. You've got an 11, you've got a 60, you've got a 12, a 14, 14, 13, 23, and then there's like 900 plus above $1.70. That's not that bad. That actually isn't that bad. I'm still feeling pretty confident that things can still work out quite nicely. You see this person here? Paper hands. Weak hands. Coward. So we'll see how this progresses, all right? And in regards to the other skins in the set, well, it would be the exact same thing. Okay, so that was kind of hard to get through. Let's now talk about the rest of the skins. Salvaged Icepick. So it basically ended up quite similar to the other skins here, but it's only down by a little bit. With all due respect, Salvaged Icepick, I think you were the one Icepick skin out of all the new batch that people actually appreciated. So Impact Protocol Salvaged Icepick, that dropped off pretty quickly. It's now 85 cents. Gold Chains Icepick, people actually like that as well, but then more came out, of course. Sold for $3, now it's lost about a third of its price. High quality metal Icepick, I could just see pretty easily that not that many people would be too fussed. It's all metallic and whatnot. People ain't going to care. But you, Salvaged Icepick, people would just take one quick glance and they'll immediately see you. You have been appreciated to a point. Your price hasn't dramatically dropped down super bad. You're not so bad. With all due respect, you have done okay. So I suggested 80 cents to $1.10, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think we'll be seeing that happening for a while. But then again, $1.65, 100 quantity. Have we seen a buyout? Let me just see. Doesn't look like it. But I am surprised to see that. I don't know if that's always been there, but it's looking solid. Can't say anything bad about it. Is that new? Because if that's the case, the people who put the buy orders here around $1.10 would have buy order priority. If they were here a lot earlier than this, then it wouldn't be too much of a problem. So feel free to comment below. Did you buy one for yourself? Did you pick up with any buy orders? I don't think I have, unfortunately, for myself. I'm very curious to see how this progresses from here and now. It did do about 18,000 subscribers, which it's not a ton, but it's still not like nothing. So interesting, very interesting. Senor Tomato Garage Door. You dropped off. Yeah. So how many garage doors have we seen so far this year in 2025? A lot. 29 in total. We still have Halloween. We still have Christmas. And I'm still under the impression that we will beat last year's all-time high with the record-breaking amount of garage doors being accepted, or rather introduced into Rust. So only one skin out of all the skins here is currently in the positive. That really kind of sets the tone, doesn't it? So unfortunately, Senor Tomato, whilst your collection is reasonably interesting, so if I could just quickly hop out of here and click that. Whilst it is reasonably interesting, there's only 4 skins, and only the tools are doing good. The deplorables, the doors, not so much. But I am fully well aware. Plenty more Senior Tomato skins have been submitted recently. You might even see a miner hat pretty quickly. Ooh, we'll see. But yeah, not surprised. My price suggestion for that was 70 cents to $1, and at the moment, you very likely could pick it up for a fairly decent price of 70 cents to $1. Look at it. One thing I did see in the past, though, when this was accepted, I did see the other skins spike in price, which is odd because you don't really see it with a mishmash collection that you just saw there a minute ago. So I'm wondering, if we do see another Senior Tomato skin, will you just dramatically go up in price like the other skins when you appeared? We'll see. It doesn't normally happen with the other skins. Let's now focus on the next skin. Modern Military Thompson. Kind of surprised that this has actually dropped off pretty bad. In the past, Thompsons used to be super reliable. People loved to use them all the time. There was a change. The aim cone got a bit, well, it was made different. People don't like it. It doesn't seem to be appreciated as much as it was before. The skins have followed suit. So if a gun isn't appreciated that much, doesn't get that much usage, where's the justification to own skins? Now, I should also point out, we do have quite a selection of Thompsons. So as we click over to here, the collection in itself, it has been appreciated as an alternative option to a Desert Raiders option. Desert Raiders being quite expensive, almost $300 for all the clothing armor pieces. But the clothing armor pieces for this set have been steadily increasing as time has gone on. But, with the addition of the Thompson, nothing really changed, and Thompson hasn't really worked out either. So I suggested for that $1 to $1.50. So you very likely would have picked up a bunch of these. I did sell a few for a little bit of profit, but then it just kept going down, and yeah. So this is its current position at the moment. It's not the best, but we'll see how things turn out afterwards. If I were to go over to here, SCMM still has its occasional hiccups. Looking at all the Thompsons, you'll notice that all the ones that came out this year, bar the Heatseeker Thompson, yeah, they're all kind of down bad a bit. So yeah, okay, maybe people just don't appreciate dark brown Thompsons. Right then, so now we'll talk about the porcelain boots. So this only did about 9,453 subscribers. I mean, that's quite literal. But yeah, this waited 4 years to be accepted. How did it line up against the other clothing armor pieces? And I remember Tier 2 did between 17 to 19,000 subscribers. Tier 3 did 13 to 14,000 subscribers. The road sign gloves did 13,400 subscribers. But because the collection is still incomplete, the boots have dropped off, even though they are the lowest selling clothing armor piece in this set. Will we ever actually see the hoodie and pants getting another attempt? I don't know. Skin Creator was insinuating he might give it a shot, but then he didn't do it. He didn't do it. Vase, what are you doing? Tell me. So, okay, cool. Not that many listings. There is a big 20 here, though. Could it rebound? Could it eventually go up in price again? It wouldn't surprise me, but you might be waiting for a while. So it's not that bad. And I did say 75 cents to 85 cents for a buy order. Yeah, you probably did pick up a bunch. I did remove my buy order. But we'll just wait and see how things pan out from here and now. It was odd, because of course it wasn't actually finishing a collection, merely continuing it. But we do want to see some hoodie and pants at some point. Vase, if you're watching, do it. Dragon Totem AK-47 matched up to expectation. Yeah, just dropped off really, really quickly. As I said earlier, with all those brand new Twitch drops out at the exact same time, it did that no favours whatsoever. It dropped off. So it got lost in the shuffle because people didn't remember it. Yeah. So it is what it is. That was basically an easy guess. But what about the Deep Ruby Roadstone gloves? So in regards to these, I offered 80 cents to $1.10, and right now it's just about $1.40. It actually managed to hold on quite nice. We don't see a ridiculous amount of listings. The Bardas are still looking pretty solid. Chances are you very likely would have picked up a bunch of these. But now I ask you, how many of you actually like the Deep Ruby collection? Now, I'm not trying to sound mean or anything. I am aware a lot of people aren't exactly like super into it. Sorry, lost my tongue there. They comment a lot. Tier 2, you did drop off quite a fair bit. Will we ever see Tier 3? I'm not sure. But it's not the worst. But quite a lot of the skins are starting to drop off, like most skins in general, because we're getting closer and closer to October time. So you only down by a fair bit at the moment. Not too bad. I'm quite impressed. So, okay, yeah, no, that worked out quite all right. I won't be surprised till we have another complete the sets. And instead of tier 3 tyre collection or funerary tier 3, they'll do Deep Ruby instead. I bet you they do Deep Ruby instead. Oh, no. So we'll see, we'll see. Anyway, that's cool. Barda seems to be pretty okay. And overall, all the skins here, well, I'm still upset about the tier 2. Yeah, can't do much about that, can we? But it is what it is. So once again, feel free to comment below. Did you pick up anything with a Barda? Did you buy anything straight from the Rust store? Let's also get a nice little quick look at next week's Rust store. So we did immediately get the Island Assault Team backpack. But even then, it still dropped in price pretty quickly. We also happen to have the introduction of the brand new Pilot Hazmat DLC. So we've got quite a lot of plain airplane themed skins here. We've got like the aviator themed garage door. The very cool transparent glow in the dark sheet in the door. Aviator jackhammer. Afterburner double barrel shotgun that looked like an engine. We got some pretty cool looking skins. And of course, another Xenotype. And of course, another random pair of boots. Huh, military. Okay, that's actually pretty interesting. One thing you should also notice is it says military boots, but over to here, the Thompson says modern military Thompson. This is a weird thing. I think I accidentally clicked that. This is a weird thing with military collection skins, because on the workshop, the skin creator refers to it as modern military, but then Facepunch accepts them as military skins, but not all of them. It's odd, and I get the feeling that's why this skin probably didn't do so great. So, okay, cool. So that's a wrap. Thank you very much for watching the video. Best of luck with you and your investments. We just need to survive October, and then after that, you can only expect positive things, better things, all right? So I know things are down bad at the moment. It was expected. I have warned you multiple times. So just gotta endure, and then absolutely enjoy going through Christmas time, January time. It will be good again, all right? Chill out, relax, and let's just enjoy the profit. So thank you very much for watching the video. I greatly appreciate it. Best of luck to all of you and your investments. Keep track and monitor all your barders and, of course, the skins in your inventory. And as I said, let's just see how everything turns out.